Hello everyone, welcome to the Social Club. We are building our Premier League Team of the Year. Last week you got to vote for your left wing back. This week it's right wing back. The guys are here, we're going to talk through who the players. We're talking with no bias. There's no bias whatsoever going to be going into this in any way, shape or form. I'm sure you guys don't have strong club-based candidates to put forward for this position in any way, shape or form. Does anyone want to throw a shout out first and foremost? Anyone you think that should absolutely be considered best right back / wing back in the Premier League?
Guys, a bit quiet. It's Antonio Valencia. I thought
I
everyone was
can't
going to throw him up in there.
No, it's not Hector.
It's not.
It was up until Christmas. He was excellent, and then I don't know what's happened to him.
He did that interview with Ball Street, didn't he, about wanting to be
you lot messed him up, man. Oh, he was flying up until Christmas, but
what's gone on with him? I mean, is it just a case of it's happened to everyone at Arsenal across the board?
His form's just fallen. He's been so poor recently. He's not even. They've been playing that 3-man at the back. He hasn't even been getting in the team. So I don't know. You know what? You said I'm biased, yeah. I'm going to be totally unbiased there, right? It's Walker for me. Even though at the moment, I don't understand what's going on with him. He's not getting on with it. I think it has something to do with his contract. I reckon he may move. But if I look at this season, him on the right and that Rose on the left, they've been excellent. You can't deny it. I think he's been the best.
Wow. So, what is going on with the world? I know, it's just picked.
You told me to be unbiased. Do you know what? I want
fair play to you, Robert. No, listen, that's absolutely fair play, commendable. You're going to go with...
You're going to pick Valencia?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Antonio Valencia. That was bollocks. No, look, again, club biases aside, I have been astounded by both Valencia and I'm sure we'll come on to Victor Moses as well, because Victor Moses has been a Liverpool player and I've seen him play with my own eyes. And Antonio Valencia, similarly, these are both guys who were wingers and they were like the Premier League class, but I don't think they were ever going to be world class. But they've been converted to play deeper positions, and particularly, this is the first season for Moses for doing this. But Antonio Valencia, this is a couple of years now, and he's really starting to.
It's been a couple of years because obviously he won our Player of the Season back in like 2011-12, I think it was, when he was just knocking in crosses. Rooney was heading goals for fun, and then he obviously broke his leg against Rangers, really bad break. And everyone after that point, you don't really know whether he's going to come back. And his problem at right back until Mourinho came in was his defensive position. He will run forward and he will just leave gaps in behind, but he hasn't really done that once under Mourinho. And the defensive organisation that he's instilled into him has made him a right back first and a right back that can actually get forward, because it's the modern day fullback, I think, is actually the hardest position in football, because the energy you've got to have to actually, as a wing back, add to the attack and at the same time defend.
The thing that gets me about it is that I've seen like Liverpool do this in the past, and I've seen wingers be converted to fullbacks, and they normally it works for a bit, and then someone figures it out and they get annihilated. Valencia just looks like he's totally and utterly taken it in his stride.
Added to the fact that he is a tank. He is ridiculously strong, and it's definitely added to his game. And as I said, Mourinho has got the most out of him, and he seems to be motivated to work a lot better under Mourinho than he ever did under Van Gaal or Moyes, where he was basically a right back by default of no other choice. Whereas he could have started Darmian's a natural right back now, who technically should be starting a right back ahead of Valencia at the start of the season, but Mourinho stuck with Valencia and he's absolutely repaid him.
Okay. And Sophie, is easy to say Victor Moses?
Yeah, I would say Valencia's been very good. Won't lie. Won't be too biased, but I'd say in terms of Victor Moses, I think I am so glad that a manager like Conte has put faith in him and actually played him, not just because somebody else is injured, but because he actually genuinely thinks he's good enough. And like I say, I think it shows that he's taken on a position that, we've completely changed our formation for the first time in years. And yeah, he's capable of everything. He's a major part in why we're going to win the league this season alongside others. And it wouldn't be right if he wasn't a candidate for... Yeah.
I was so shocked at it because the right wing back position is both full backs, wing backs to be fair. That's almost the most thankless position you can play. In some regards, I mean, it's goalkeeper to be fair, but I mean, you're just being asked to do all the defensive work of a fullback and most of the wing play of a winger, getting up and down constantly. And with Victor Moses, I would never have had him pegged as a lad who someone would say to him and go, right, you're just going to run up and down, do all day long. I mean, thought he was a bit of a luxury.
Yeah, and having him even in the team has kept other players out. Haven't even seen much of Willian, although on different positions or whatever, but having him in the team means somebody else has to drop to the new formation or whatever. And for him to be able to do that, I think just shows how, well, even he's improved since his first spell at Chelsea anyway.
Now, I can only assume James has put the stats together on this. I've just had, funny enough, he's just tried to ring me there. I've had to cancel it. I'm presumably saying, make sure you mention Matthew Lowton, who he's throwing in here because apparently he's won the most tackles of all the people who've been mentioned.
Matthew Lowton.
And as
From
average from Burnley.
Oh, okay.
And his average pass length is also longer.
Oh, his average pass length, that is the marker.
Is he being serious?
But what he's done is he's played 33 times this season, which is more than Valencia's only played 28 this is Premier League, Kyle Walker 31, Victor Moses 31. So
that's what I mean. It is easy to miss out the stats on the lower teams because they don't get results. But individual players themselves may be performing way above what they should.
Yeah, I think this is one of those situations where, because we had the debate with the goalkeeper about it with the left wing back so far, is that there haven't necessarily been outstanding candidates from the top teams in these, whereas I genuinely can't look beyond Moses, if I'm perfectly honest. But I think I can see a strong case to be made for Kyle Walker and a strong case to be made for Valencia. I mean, the Walker stuff, in terms of like things like chances created and his key passes, he's above everyone else in that regard. And we were chatting with Flav earlier about him, and I think of him as being a right back, but he's actually excelled when he's been playing further up the pitch. So I will throw in, because I need to represent for Ped and Baz, I'll throw Seamus Coleman in. I don't agree with it 100%, but I know it'll make them happy. He's very good, and I think he's very unfortunate they had the really bad leg break, because given the form Everton have just started to come into, particularly in the turn of the year, he would have been a big part
Remember
of it.
against us, he was excellent. He's a good player.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if there are any suggestions you feel we've glaringly overlooked, please do let us know that in the comments below.
Hector Bellerin.
If you think Hector Bellerin
You can't even say that laughing yourself.
who knows? Or even someone like a Nathaniel Klein. Nathaniel Klein? Klein, great. His issue at the moment is that he's become a weird scapegoat at Liverpool because his attacking play is not amazing. And his
final ball's not great.
Well, exactly.
He's a good player.
His ball's okay, but he's almost being criticised now because he's a right back, and we're asking him to do a lot of the more advanced stuff. Whereas Liverpool have this constant problem where if people aren't Dani Alves, we seem to think they're not good enough somehow to play for us. So unfortunately, I won't put him forward as a nomination for this, but he should do, because he's a really good player. So if you want to vote, you can do by clicking the eye in the corner of the screen. Our nominations therefore are Antonio Valencia, Kyle Walker, Victor Moses, Seamus Coleman, and we will throw Matthew Lowton as well, because if people like to vote for the underdog, by all means, let it never be said that we don't consider people from outside the top 7 of the Premier League. Yes, anyway, any thoughts you can in the video, underneath the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the Bullshit channel if you want to watch.
I'm
now thinking about Hector Bellerin's hair, to be honest. If you want to watch last week's part, you can do. Click the video link right there, watch it. We're building our team of the season. Check back next week. It's the centre backs.